When you think about fast food, chances are you're picturing a brand that's owned by this one absolute giant, Yum Brands. But right now, behind the scenes, there's a huge shakeup going on that could totally change the lineup of iconic restaurants you know and love.
I mean, think about it. Yum is the company behind KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and yeah, even the Habit Burger Grill. It is a true fast food empire, operating in over 155 countries. So seriously, no matter where you are in the world, you're probably just a stone's throw away from one of their spots.
But that lineup you're so familiar with, it might be about to change big time. There's a major shift happening, and one of these household names could be on the chopping block. The real question is, which one and why? And this whole story, well, it starts right at the very top. There's a new CEO in charge, and he is bringing a completely new recipe to the table, one that's designed to reshape the entire company.
So meet Chris Turner. He's the new CEO taking the helm of the Yum Brands ship. And just like any new captain, he is charting a totally new course, moving the company away from its old, kind of tangled strategy toward a much clearer, much more focused destination.
And he's been super clear about what he wants to do. In his own words, his priorities are all about staying relevant, using the company's massive size to help out the people who actually run the restaurants, the franchisees, and rolling out their tech platform, which is called Byte, all over the world. So let's break down what that actually means. Okay, so let's boil that down. Number 1, win over the younger crowd. Number 2, make the franchise owners more money. And number 3, use technology to make everything just run better. These 3 things right here, they're the key to understanding every single move they're about to make. So before we get to the problem child in the family, let's talk about the good news. Because 2 of Yum's brands aren't just doing okay. They are the all-stars of the team, and they are absolutely crushing it right now. You can kind of think of it like this. Taco Bell is the innovative superstar, right? Always creating buzz, dropping crazy new items that get young people excited. And then you've got KFC, the unstoppable global workhorse, just expanding at a totally mind-blowing pace all across the planet. Now check this out, 7%. That's Taco Bell's same-store sales growth. And let me tell you, in the fast food world, that number is huge. It means the restaurants that are already open are making way more money than they did last year. That is the number 1 sign of a super healthy brand.
And then you have KFC's insane global growth. In just 1 quarter, 3 months, they opened 760 new restaurants. To put that in perspective, that's like a brand new KFC opening its doors every 3 hours. The scale is just incredible. And this chart, wow. This tells the whole story in one simple picture. On one side, you've got the powerhouse growth from Taco Bell and solid growth from KFC. And then, way over on the other side, you've got Pizza Hut, where sales actually went down. This huge difference is the entire reason for the shakeup we're talking about.
Which, of course, brings us to the elephant in the room, the Pizza Hut problem. While 2 brands are absolutely thriving, this one is really struggling to keep up. And that's creating a massive headache for Yum Brands. And just to make it crystal clear, look at this side by side. Taco Bell's sales are growing by 7%. Pizza Hut's are shrinking by 1%. That's an 8-point gap. In a business worth billions of dollars, that's not a gap, that's a chasm. And it forces the company to ask a really tough question. Where do we put our time and money? So what does a huge company do in a situation like this? Well, they launch what's called a strategic review. It sounds like a bunch of corporate jargon, but really it just means they're taking a long, hard look at a part of the business and deciding what to do with it. Do they pump money into it for a big makeover, or do they sell it off? And that brings us right to the headline news. Yum Brands has officially announced that they are exploring these strategic options for Pizza Hut. Which means, and this is the key part, a sale is officially on the table. They are seriously thinking about cutting their 3rd biggest brand loose. Okay, so with Pizza Hut's future kind of up in the air, what's the plan for the rest of the company? Well, it's all about doubling down on what's working and getting way smarter with their tech. This is where that new CEO's 3-point plan really kicks into gear. A massive part of this is their Byte tech strategy. The goal here is to make everything seamless. So for you, it starts with a super easy, smooth ordering experience on your phone.
Then, your order data feeds into these AI systems that kind of act like a coach for the store managers, helping them figure out staffing, what to order, all that stuff. And finally, all of that info gets analyzed to find ways to make the whole business better. It's really about making every single restaurant smarter. And Yum is putting some serious cash behind this plan. They are spending a whopping $670 million to buy back 128 Taco Bell restaurants from a franchisee. Now, this isn't just a simple purchase. This move is a massive bet on their star player. So you might be thinking, wait a minute, why would a company that's all about franchising buy its own stores back? Well, it's all about control and speed. By owning these restaurants directly, Yum can roll out that new Byte tech super fast and test out new ideas that will eventually help all the franchisees. It's basically pouring gasoline on their hottest fire to make it burn even brighter. So when you put all these different pieces together, the new CEO, the laser focus on their strongest brands, and the potential sale of their weakest link, a very clear picture of the future starts to form. And look, if you need just one single piece of data to understand this entire strategy, this slide is it. This is the big aha moment. Just look at the profit. KFC brings in 53%. Taco Bell brings in 36%. You add those together, and that is almost 90% of the company's divisional profit. Everything else is just rounding error. So, the big takeaway from all this is actually incredibly simple but really powerful. Yum is making a very smart, calculated decision to point all of its firepower, its money, its best people, its attention, on the two engines that are actually driving the entire company forward, KFC and Taco Bell. Which leaves us with the final, multi-billion-dollar question. For a company that's been known for decades as this trio of fast food giants, could slimming down to a duo be the secret ingredient that unlocks a whole new era of unstoppable growth? It's a huge bet, and you can be sure the entire industry is watching to see what happens next.